So you want to be careful about that. You don't have very far to go, which is nice. It's only about 5 or 6 inches if you do fall off. But, you know, if you fall off, you fall off. So, all right, so let's move to the roller. The roller is going to be in this direction, a horizontal direction, and we're going to sit up on top of it. Okay? So I'm sitting between my tailbone and my sitting bones. There's that nice cushy part of your booty right there. And I'm going to turn sideways just a little bit so those of you who may not have done this class before can see, right? So a little bit sideways for me, and we're just going to roll back and forth in that area, that cushy part. And you'll start to feel where your sitting bones are and where your tailbone is. And all that luscious stuff in between. Do this a couple more times. Obviously, anything that might bother you, you want to stop doing. You can make it smaller. You can leave it out altogether. So now we're going to tip over onto the right hip. So my left hip actually comes up off the roller, and now I'm just on top of my right butt cheek, and we're going to push back and forth in this position. So your hand is on the floor behind you. So we're not rolling on the side of the hip, right? We're rolling through the glute max and a little bit of the glute medius. I'm going to actually go over my sitting bone so I can feel myself going over that bone, and then roll back onto my glute, and then roll over the sitting bone a little bit, because that right there where you feel that bone, that's where your hamstrings come in. That's your butt thigh. I like to refer to as your butt thigh or your bammy. One more time on that side. And then we'll shift to the other side, hand behind you, and you're rolling on your left hip. One side might be tighter than the other one. Let's do 2 more. Again, I'm going over the sitting bone. You can feel the little bump under there. One more time. Good. And then we'll come back to the middle, and you're going to walk your heels in as far as you can. Okay. And then you're just going to lean forward. So this is going to stretch the back of your Achilles, back here. Make your ankles flex. Knees really bend here. If that's not comfortable, your legs can be out here, right? You can be out there. And then just move back and forth on the roller a little bit. But tuck those legs in as much as you can. Maybe at the end of class, we'll stand up, maybe. One more time. Good. All right, so hands on the roller, very carefully slide your butt off in the front. And then turn the roller this way. And you're gonna lay back into it, okay? So my ribs are back there. I'm gonna hold my head because I'm gonna let my head and shoulders go backwards. You can bend both knees. You can keep both legs straight. You can bend one leg. I like one leg bent. And I'm gonna let my head and shoulders go over the back, not very far. I'm just testing the position of the roller. I want to make sure that I'm happy with where it is. Hold your head. And as you start to get more comfortable, you can make it a little bit bigger. So you're doing a little baby back bend here of your spine, upper spine. Let your armpits stretch. Let your shoulder blades move up towards your shoulders. Inhale back, exhale. One more time. Good, bending both knees this time. Arms reach. Let's sit up all the way, okay? Sit up all the way. And then you're just gonna roll right back to the roller, touch it, come right back up. So might move toward me a little bit, that's okay, I'm just gonna touch it, I'm not laying on it. Go back, come forward, go back, because it is Pilates after all. I noticed, we just did Zumba, and I added a new song, and I noticed in the cool down song, he says, she does Pilates. Back and forward, gives me a chuckle, and back and stay. Good, okay? So make sure that there rollers across the back of the shoulder blades, hold the head again. All right, option is to lift up your hips. So when you lift your hips, your body's gonna stay in a straight line. We're not gonna curve our spine anymore. So lift up your hips, and then you can roll all along the top of your spine there, where your ribs are. I wouldn't go down past your ribs. You got, kidneys and stuff down there, so we'll leave those alone. Let's just go where the bones are. Let your shoulder blades relax. The roller will push them around. Hold your head. 2 more. And if you're going ow, 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 trust me, it gets easier and it gets better. Arms reach, sit up. So if you're not used to your shoulder blades roaming around on your back, then you might really feel that. Okay? All right, slide the roller out from behind you, put it underneath your knees. Now we're gonna do some Pilates. I'll lay down. Okay, I'm gonna go towards my ankles. Not quite at the ankles, but towards the ankles. Arms lift. On the exhale, my arms will come down and one of my legs will come up. I'm gonna try to use this muscle here to lift my leg as opposed to this one. So I'm gonna really try and focus up here by my pelvis to get my leg to lift. It's not very high. Exhale, leg floats up, leg comes down. Belly deepens at the same time. I am not pushing my back into the floor. So I'm not squeezing my butt and tucking. I'm leaving my spine alone. I'm working around it. Exhale, same leg. Last 2. One more time, up and down. Switch sides. So obviously your quadricep, which is this big muscle, that is definitely going to do a little bit of work, but we want to try and focus up by the hip bones. Exhale, lift. 5 times. 3, again, I'm not pushing my back into the floor. That's extremely uncomfortable. I'm just letting my spine stay in its natural state. And down. I think we'll add a little head lift. So take the other hand behind your head. We're going to go with the right side first. So the head will come up, the arm will go down, the leg will lift all at the same time. On the exhale, so inhale, prepare. Exhale, up and down. I want you to lift your sternum from your abdominal muscles, not your hand or your neck. One more time. Switch sides. So I'm just supporting my head. We're working now up into these upper rib cage muscles here when the chest rises. Exhale, lift. My back might flatten now as my head comes up, just because the spine will go that way when you lift your head. 2 more, chest, lift your chest. 1 more time. And down. So this is lifting your head, right? Where your chin comes up. This is lifting your chest, right? There's a difference between those two. Come on back down. All right, let's go ahead and roll the calves. So one of my favorite things to do, you need to relax your feet. Your roller is in between your knees and your ankles, anywhere in between those 2 spots. You want to turn your toes in and turn your toes out. Allow the feet to relax. That'll keep the muscles relaxed. Again, this might, if you don't ever do this, this might be excruciating. Or somewhere in between, move it up a little bit closer to your knee where the 2 muscles cross over each other. You'll feel a little bump when you roll outward. That's the gastroc and the soleus. They cross over each other right there. They're the back leg support muscles. Let's do 1 more. And then we'll go all the way down to towards the ankle where the Achilles is. And roll side to side. Now I'm gonna cross my legs so that my right leg is underneath. Because when I do it without my leg crossed, I can't really feel much. So once I add this weight, big difference. Oh boy. And switch if you crossed. If you didn't cross, just keep doing it on both sides. One more time. Good. Pull the roller up towards you. Place your feet on top of it. Hands on the floor for bridges. Exhale, lift up and down. We're going to do 10. So my BAMI, or my butt thigh, right where my butt cheek and my legs meet, which we explored earlier, is really kind of the motivation for this exercise. I got some glutes happening too. 2 more. Up. 1 more time. Up and down. Push the roller away. Good. Legs together. Point 1 toe. Lift it up. Lift your arms. If you need to hold your head, hold your head. Chest rises. Pump your arms. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Knee in. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Leg up. Knee bends. Leg out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Head down. Remember, your chest is rising, not your head. If you're not used to doing the hundreds, take a break because your neck will get tired because you're just not used to it. It gets better the more you do it. Arms up, opposite leg lifts. That was 50. We got 50 more to go. Chest rises. So curl up and over your rib cage. Pump your arms. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I hear stop the
5, 6. Somebody unmuted themselves. Leg up. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bend. Stretch out. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And down. Arms up over your head. Pull your roller back up underneath your feet. Place your hands on the floor and go back to hip lifts. So hips come up, hips go down. Lift and lower for 5, 2, 3, 2 more, 4, and 5, and down. Okay? Push and pull the roller a little bit. press your heels into the roller. Feel the back of your legs activate to do that. One more. Don't worry, you won't do that up on the roller. Okay, arms up over your head. Breathe. Nice big inhale. Go ahead and allow your rib cage to kind of pop up. And then exhale, melt your ribs down as your arms lift and go back to the floor. Good. Up and over, ribs will pop up. And then exhale, arms down, and they'll go back to the floor in the back. One more time. Up. And down. Good. A little bit of a challenge in a bridge position. So we're going to take the right leg. It's going to stretch out. You're going to come up and down for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Switch legs. Leg goes out, up and down for 5, 4. We're going to try that in a bridge on top of the roller and down. So if you want to put your feet on the floor, because you have to keep the roller towards you, so there's a lot of activation in the back of your legs. Or you can just do the bridges, 5 hips down, 5 hips down. All right? Got a cramp in this toe. All right, here we go. Hips up. Pick up right leg. Take it to the ceiling. Down and up. 4. Last one. 5. Foot down. Drop your hips. Okay? So your heel needs to be dropped backwards over the roller. Take a note of where my heels are. My feet aren't that way. Okay? Hips up. Pick up the other leg. Try not to let the hips come down for 5, 4, 3, one more, 1, foot back down, and hips down. Stretch your legs out. Arms up over your head. Big breath, exhale, arms down. Good. Pull that roller into your hands. Hold it here, okay? We're gonna start with roll backs, okay? Instead of roll ups. So I need you to go to your side and I need you to come up to seated. And we're gonna start with roll backs. And then if you're like, I'm good with that, I can go all the way down and get all the way back up. Got a lot of hair attached to my roller here. Then you're certainly welcome to add that in. But we'll start here, especially for people who haven't done the class before. So inhale, arms are in front, you're holding the roller on the end. So you're just gonna roll back and then come back up. So just roll until you feel your tummy muscles kick in. Make sure your spine is rounding and bending. Keep your legs heavy. Exhale, roll back. So as you get more comfortable with it, you might go further. You might even go all the way to the floor and come back up. I'm going to do this next time. So I'm going to go all the way down. My arms are over my head. My arms will lift and I'll roll back up. So let's do 3 more of those wherever you're at today. Inhale, exhale. Good. If there's any pain in your back, do not do it from the floor. Last time. And exhale up. Good. Roll back just a tiny bit. Bend your knees a tiny bit. Lift this roller up and down. 2 and 3. Arms forward. Sit all the way up. Make sure you know the difference between the two. You can always bend your knees here. Roll the roller down your legs. Roll back up to seated. Hold it. Lift it. You can always bend your knees if your hamstrings are tight. Tuck and curl back. Go maybe a little further this time. Arms up for 3, 2, Good, come forward, put the roller on your legs, roll out. Come on back, last time. So I'm gonna go back a little bit further. It's more challenging while I'm back there. Lift the roller for 3, 2, 1. Sit up, legs down, push out, and back. Okay? Roller underneath your knees. Legs kind of open. Hands on the floor. Inhale, exhale, slide your fingertips forward. And then sit all the way up. Open your arms, twist to the right. Inhale, exhale, twist to the left. Breathe in, exhale, roll forward, fingers on the floor. Inhale, sit up. So we're combining spine stretch forward, exhale, twist. With spine twist, hands on the floor. Drop your chin. Those are all names of Pilates exercises. Roll up, open, inhale, exhale, rotate. Good, this is spine stretch forward. And this is spine twist. Good, hands down. Take your right hand, take it over to your left knee. Reach down that left leg to your baby toe, somewhere over here. Okay, come on up, go the other way. This is called saw. So the reference is you're trying to saw off your little baby toe. So you're gonna kind of take that little finger and you're just gonna saw that little toe off over there. And then come back up and we'll go the other way. Leave a little saw over there. Now I want you to do that and breathe out 3 times. So exhale. So it's one breath that leaves your body using 3 exhales. It's the same breath, you're just exhaling 3 times. So you end up with no air in your body so that when you sit up, you have to breathe in. So nice inhale here. Rotate, exhale all the air out. And you might notice that as you exhale and the air leaves your body, you can get further because your breath isn't in the way. Inhale and over, exhale, 1, 2, 3. Up. Yes, good. Slide the roller out from underneath you. Okay, it's gonna go off into my right corner. My right corner. I'm gonna take this leg out this way and this leg in this way. I'm gonna do some side bends, but they're gonna kind of go backwards on an angle. So they're not gonna go this way, they're gonna go back that way into that corner. Hand on the roller, arm comes up, side bend, and come back this way, hand on your leg and side bend that way. Good. So I want you to kind of look over there. That's gonna make your trunk twist that way. Inhale over here. Exhale this way. Inhale, look. Look. One more time. Look back. And look over. Good. Switch sides. So part of the point of Pilates is to breathe, have control, focus, and moving your spine in every direction, okay? Because that keeps it healthy. Arm up, hand on the roller. I'm gonna look back here. So I'm tighter on this side. My bent leg is tighter in here. So this is a little more challenging for me to go back this way. So I just noticed those little things, how things are different from side to side, up and over. One more. Then we're gonna get back into those core muscles again. And yeah. Always in the core muscles. Okay, coming up to a seated position, knees are bent. I want you to, like you're rowing a boat. So you're gonna cross over, cross over, cross over, a little figure 8 business. So you might notice how your trunk twists a little bit. You might feel some stuff going on down here in your obliques. So we're gonna roll back a little. We're gonna do that. We're gonna come up. We're gonna roll back a little further and do it again. 3 times, okay? Arms in front, legs bent, tuck and curl, roll back and twist. So I'm actually watching the roller. Good, arms forward, come back up to sit, stretch forward. Good, don't worry about your legs being straight, they can be slightly bent the whole time. Breathe in, exhale, here we go, a little further now. Let the legs bend, twist. 2, 3. Yes, arms front, sit up, push the roller down your knees. Good. You're not leaning back, guys. It's not a lean back. It's a pelvis rolls under you like a bowling ball. You need to roll on your tailbone. Roll back a little further if you want. Here we go. Twist. Squeeze your legs together. 2, 3. Arms front, roll back up. That should have been challenging. And push the roller forward and come up to seated. Good. We're going to go into extensions. So you're going to come over to your hands and knees. Your forearms are going to go on the roller, which is going to lift your chest up a little bit. Okay? So come on down. Arms on the rollers. Give me a little shoulder blade glide first. So if you have any shoulder issues and this hurts your shoulders to have them up like that, just do it on the floor, right? So you're just gonna glide your arms back and forth on the floor. Oh, boo. I knew that was gonna happen. Glide your shoulder blades back and forth. Now you know how crooked my house is. Okay, now we're going to start to lift. So shoulder blades glide down. You press into the forearms slightly. You leave your hips very relaxed because you want a bend to happen down there in your lower back. But you're not lifting from your lower back. Okay, you have a little slight bend in the lower back and the upper back comes up. And push into the roller and lift. Inhale. So this exercise can be tricky if you over tighten the lower body. So try to leave the lower body relaxed. Inhale up. So as I go along here, I'm going to start to come up a little higher. I feel the backs of my arms. Breathe in. Come down. One more time up. And come down. Good. I'm just going to hold the roller in my hands here. Head down, one leg at a time. Lift the thigh, put it back down. Lift the other thigh. You gotta squeeze your butt a little bit, your bammy or your butt thigh, and lift. See if you can get that thigh bone to come off the floor. The front of your leg may not come off the floor, but it's not a knee bend. You're not picking your leg up by bending your knee. It's a straight up. Straight up. 2 more up. One more time up and down. So we can do the whole body together, right? With the roller in our hands. So we can do legs and upper body. And the belly button and the hip bones and the rib cage stay really nice and firmly planted on the floor. But the abdominals are going to rise away from the floor when you lift all those things up, right? So inhale. On the exhale, start lifting your belly button up, lift your legs up, lift your roller up, and then come down. So if all of those together hurts your lower back, just do one at a time. So do the legs first, stop, do the roller, inhale, exhale, lift up your belly button off the floor, lift your head, legs, roller, down. 2 more, exhale, everything comes at the same time this time. 1 more time, lift, and lower, good. Bring the roller towards you, come up to child's pose. If you can't do child's pose, do cat-cow. Good. Roller comes against your knees. Everybody's favorite exercise. Rolling of your quadriceps. So push the roller up against your knees. Okay. I'm going to move back to the end of my mat a little bit. And then I'm just going to put my legs right down on top. And my elbows down. Okay. I'm not going to let myself sag, right? So no sagging lower back. I have to lift up my tummy. That keeps my back nice and long. I'm going to walk my elbows forward a little bit and then pull myself along the roller. You may do this 3 or 4 times and say, okay, that's enough of that. It definitely gets more intense as you keep going. You want to try to keep your muscles relaxed. Keep your tummy lifted. Let the roller do the work. Last 2. And then we're going to go into some elbow planks. 1 more time. Forward and then back. So you want to be back by your hips. Curl your toes under. Right? So I'm on my upper thigh. My abdominals are lifted. My elbows are under my shoulders. Lift your hips off. Drop your hips down. Really lots of work in the shoulders, so make sure your shoulder blades don't wing up, right? And off. So you don't sink down into your arms. Exhale, lift. Don't sink into your arms. And down. Last time, you can just hang out here. You don't have to lift up your hips. This is still work. With your legs on the roller. This is still work. Exhale, up. Hold. 1 more breath. And down. Roll back towards your knees. Push the roller up towards your hands. Push it away. Curl up. Pull it towards you. Push it away. Wave your spine. Drop your head. Open your spine. Exhale, round your spine. 2 more. Open away. Exhale, round. Last one, open. And back. Okay? Hi. Okay. So, rollers under my left side. I'm going to put my elbow on the floor. And I'm going to put my ribs on. So my ribs are touching. Opposite hand here, my oh my. And then I'm just going to let my rib cage roll back and roll forward. So you got some lymph nodes underneath your arms. So I personally would not roll on those. I would just, let them be. Stay down there by your ribs. But you'll notice that as you go back and forth like this, the roller starts to inch up into your armpits. So once it starts to do that, just pull it back down again. Good. So let's make this a little bit more dynamic. So take the top leg, stretch it out, take the top hand. So as you twist forward, my hand's gonna go down, my leg is gonna go back. And I'm gonna just slide this hand on the floor. So now my front ribs are like on the roller. Pull this hand back, bend this knee here, and I'm gonna take this leg this way. And if I want, I can feel my neck. I can put my hand behind my neck if I want. Or I'm gonna open that arm and really twist back. Hand here, bend your knee, roll forward, reach. Bend your knee, hold your head back, kick your leg up, and center. Okay, knees are stacked, come up to sit. So I'm gonna keep my knees stacked like this. If you can't do this, you can do that. You can do this. I'm gonna keep mine like this. Okay, and if I get my foot out from underneath my leg, I might be able to get this hip down. Right? Okay, side bend. Don't put any weight on the bottom arm, okay? The bottom arm just rolls the roller. One more time, over. Good. Bring it to the other side, but don't change your legs. Over. 5 times, inhale. You might notice that this side is a little more bendy, a little more stretchy because we loosened up all that tissue. One more time, over. And lift, take the legs out this way. Take the ribs down on the roller this side. So we're just kind of working our way around, right? Just working around the roller. Hands here. Shift forward, shift back. And again, you don't want to sink into your shoulder, right? So you don't want to be like that. So we get a little bonus shoulder work here. And it helps you monitor how much weight you're putting down, right? One more time. As my roller inches up into my armpit, pull it back down, stretch my leg back, twist towards the floor, reach your arm. Pull the arm back, hand here or behind your head, either one, and stretch your leg out. Bend your knee. This way is way more fun than the other way. Back, hand in front, hand behind. Open if you want. Side, good. Come up to seated. Get the leg out from underneath your back leg. Side bend for 3. And 2. And 1. Ooh, this right side feels amazing. Oh, my right side, your left side. Sorry. Now we go over to this side. And again, this is my right hip. It's going to be your left. This hip for me is much tighter than this one. So I have to really make an effort to kind of unwind it and let it drop a little bit. It doesn't want to stay there, but over this way. 5 of these, that's 2. You can inhale or exhale over, I don't care. One more time. Okay. Under your knees. Roll back. Head down. Push the roller with your heels towards your booty. Just your shirt. You haven't already. So now your hips are going to come up high enough that you can get the roller underneath. Okay? And we're going to take a moment to explain where it should be. Okay? But first, just get it underneath you. So push your feet into the floor, lift your hips up, pull the roller up under you. So at first try, it's kind of in the middle of my butt, and I feel like it's gonna like just spit out that way. So I'm gonna lift up again and come up a little bit higher. So I wanna be in the back of my hip bones, okay? Along the back of my hip bones. I'm not in my lower back. I'm not in my lower back. It's on the back of my hip bones. One leg up, other leg up. So I can let go. My roller's not going to go anywhere. It's right underneath. This is called your ASIS right here. This bony landmark right here, this curved bony landmark. So it's right underneath that, okay? Hands on the roller. Shouldn't bother anything behind you. Start to straighten your legs. Start to flex your feet. Let your feet relax, bend your knees. So if you're somebody who has a hard time getting your legs straight when you're sitting down, this should cure that. Legs up. You should be able to straighten your legs, flex. Woo. Release your feet, bend your knees again, one more time. Exhale up. Now, if you're somebody who's very flexible, then you can start to let your legs come this way until you feel a stretch. Because I know there's a couple people here who are really flexible. And you might even be able to get your thighs like right on top of your chest. But you need to keep your hips down. You can't bring your hips off the roller. Okay? I start to feel my back of my legs right about here. Some people may feel the back of their legs here. Some people may even have to keep their knees slightly bent because this is so tight, right? Bend your knees. Okay? Right knee stays in, left leg goes out, but doesn't touch the floor. It comes back up. You bend your knees, left leg goes out. So we're doing a little bicycle movement. Now it's going to start to get continuous, but we're not going to speed up. We're going to stay at this pace. You should feel pretty good on your neck. Your upper back is on the floor. Your spine is dropping towards the floor. It's not poking up towards the ceiling. Reverse those. So go down first. Down and away. You can make them nice and big. 2 more. One more time. Good. Both knees in. Feet together. Open the knees to the sides. So I have a diamond shape in between my legs. I'm going to let my legs go closer to the floor, and I'm going to drop one leg down and up, and now the other one. Down and up. Drop. So this is a little bit of core work here. Down and up. Core is not just crunches. Lower lift. Lower lift. One more each side. Down and up. Down and up. Good. Knees together, knees bent. Keep the the right leg in. Hold on to it. Take your other leg out. If you want it to touch the floor, you can. You might need to let your hips lift up and over the top of the roller a little bit. That'll bring your back ribs up off the floor. So now you're more in a bow shape. Then bring that leg in, your spine will kind of settle back down again. Your pelvis will curl back towards you. Extend the opposite leg out. Let the hips roll over the top. Let the leg rest on the floor if you want. One more breath. Pull the knee in. Good, hands on the roller. If it's scooted away from you, pull it back up. Bring the legs back up. Bend your right leg. Turn the knee outward. And then let the opposite leg open to the side. This is called Peter Pan. I'm not letting my hips rock over to the long leg. I'm keeping them in the middle. Then I bring that leg back up and the leg comes back up. Other leg bends, foot to the knee, straight leg goes out to the side. Bring the leg back in. Straighten the legs. Bend both legs. Place your feet on the floor. Lift your hips up and push that away. Lay there just for a moment. Okay, we're gonna lay on top of the roller long ways. So this can be intimidating to get up on top of. So what I usually do is, and especially if you have a knee, like your knees don't want to bend very much. The way we start it, remember, you come up on top like that, and then you turn. Okay, you have to make sure that your hips are all the way at the end. Otherwise, when you lay down, your head will fall off. So you got to push yourself all the way to the end, all the way. Then you can lay down. And this is something I don't understand. Everybody fits on a roller. Everybody. Doesn't matter how tall or short you are. Which I can't figure that out. I can't figure it out. So I guess what that means is all of our spines are the same length. It's your arm and leg bones that are bigger. I guess that's what that means, right? All right, hands out to the side. Let your shoulders fall off the edges. So very relaxed here in the chest. Your hip bones will do the same thing. They'll kind of fall off the edges. And breathe. Kind of settle in here. Now, just a little tip, the closer your feet are together, the harder it is to stay on top. So you might want to walk your feet out a little bit because we're going to take our hands off in a second. Also, the more you push into the floor to try and balance, the more susceptible you are to falling off. So you want to keep your touch very light between your feet because pushing on the floor will push you off, okay? Again, you don't have far to fall. All right, here we go, arms up. So get comfy up here, right? Kind of sway back and forth a little bit. And then hold your spine down the center. Let's take the arms down to the side, up and around. Inhale, exhale. Not so bad with the feet down. 4. One more time, 5. And then we'll reverse, open, down, side, up. So we're getting a little mid-shoulder blade massage. One more. Good, arms go to the floor. Fingertips down. Here's where you don't want to push with your hands, okay? So again, less pushing you do on the floor, the easier it is to stay on top, okay? So tense your hands like this. Pick up one of your legs. Fire up your core muscles. On the exhale, pick up the other one. Light touch on the floor, super light. Touch the foot down, touch the foot down. Bring the leg back up, bring the leg back up. Down, down, up, up. One more time. Good, keep the feet down. We're gonna keep the feet slightly closer to each other this time. Turn the hands over, lift them up. Open wide, lift them up. Open wide. One more time, lift them up. Bend your elbows like that. Open your elbows. Close your elbows. One more. Stay open. Some people's elbows may touch the floor, others may be way up here. It all depends on what's going on in your pectoral muscles. Now you're gonna just glide your elbows up and down. So my fingers come close to touching over my head. This again might be, if you don't do this very often, you might be like, what the heck? You might hear some stuff going on in your upper back and your shoulders. So stuff is moving around. One more time. Here, here, hands down. Open your legs up a little bit. Literally let your whole spine roll to one side and then to the other side. Good. Let's do that one more time. And then you're just gonna slide off. Just gonna slide off the roller. I want you to lay on the floor. You can straighten your legs if you want. Arms are down. Just notice how you feel. I always feel a lot more contact with the floor along the back of my body after I'm done doing this. Turn your head to one side. On the exhale, turn your head to the other side. Head center. Roll to one side or the other. And push yourself up to seated.